To start off, I washed my hair twice. It's Taraji P. Henson's hairline, which I didn't know she had. The Honey Fresh clarifying shampoo with moisture. It gives me everything I need, and it honestly smells so good. This was my first time conditioning my starter locks, and I used the Rosemary Mint Hair Mask by Miel. Sorry about its crusty appearance, but I just have had it for ages. We have hard water in Florida. The reason that I'm doing this video is just that I have a looser curl pattern. While doing research to start my lock journey, I just could not find much content with people who had hair like mine. I'm not by any means a hair expert or a loctician. I'm just a girly trying to get her hair to lock up, and I'm sharing that journey with you in case it might help anyone else with a similar curl pattern, and also in case anyone who does have a similar curl pattern to me and is already locked up can maybe give me some pointers. Alrighty, so anyway, after I wash and condition my hair, I wrap it up in like a little microfiber hair towel, and I let that dry for maybe 20 minutes or so, and then I let my hair down. Depends on my mood. Sometimes I'll just let my hair completely air dry, but today I just went for it. Either way, the first step that I do after washing is I will like sort of go through my hair, and you can see I'm just like separating the little pieces that have married. That's a term for like when two dreads are sort of molding into each other. So I'm just trying to separate those out because I am going for a semi freestyle look. So I didn't start with any parts. I don't really want the parted, perfectly pristine look for myself, but I do want these to be the size that I want them. Basically, I don't want to have like 5 bomba locks, you know what I mean? So I go through and I separate them. It's a little bit painful, but it's also my fault it got this bad because I had gone quite a bit without washing my hair, so shame on me. Once my hair is sort of like falling the way it should be again, I go ahead and separate out my hair. So I take half my hair and I just put it up, and then I'll take out a small section from the bottom of the half that I'm working on. So there I am, just sort of clipping up that second half, and then I start spraying down my locks that I'm going to be retwisting to sort of re-moisturize them. And in the bottle, I have just what I use to moisturize my locks daily. So it's a combination of water and oils. This time around, I used vitamin E oil because that's all I had left. I really need to go to the beauty supply shop. So yeah, I just had vitamin E oil and I think some tea tree oil in there. I do feel like things get a little weird if I overhydrate while I'm retwisting. So I just give it a good mist. I work that in with my hands, and then I start from the top of the little section that I'm working with, and I work my way down. For each individual lock, I grab a little bit of the gel that I'm working with, and then I palm roll down the dread. I forgot to show you guys what gel I was working with, but it's the mango and lime locking gel. I'm gonna be honest, I can't really endorse that or say it's very good because it was actually like while filming this video that I was like, you know what, I think I'm gonna try something else next time, just because it is water-based, which is what I was looking for, because I don't want to create like buildup in my lock, but at the same time I feel like it basically does nothing to hold my locks together after I retwist them, and it can be kind of frustrating. So I'm going to be trying something new in the future, and I'll share how that goes as well. So once I finish, my first little section within that half, I just keep moving upwards until I finish out the whole half of my head. This is what it kind of looks like. You can see like the bottom lower ones are just like puffier and messier. Truly feels like the gel did absolutely nothing. So here I am just starting on the second half of my hair, going through the same process, remoisturizing a little, clipping up part of it, keeping a little section out, moisturizing that section a little bit more, and then getting started on retwisting with the gel. I don't want to get like too repetitive with this video because it is pretty basic what I'm doing here, but I left this part in because I do want to show what it looks like when in the process of retwisting I have like hairs that need to be separated into a different dreadlock. So that's what's happening here. I can see like there's just some strands of hair that should have been in the lock lower than the one I was working on, which is why I start from the top of the section I'm in and go downward, because that way any strands of hair that I separate out naturally will fall into the dread below. It might be a little bit hard to see right here. I'm palm rolling the section that I'm on, and and then I'm taking the little extra strands of hair that I pulled out and I'm wrapping them around the dread I want them to actually be part of, and then I'll palm roll that again just to really get it in there. And I filmed another section where I ended up having to do the same thing, so you can see it again. I'm just wrapping the loose strands into or around the dread that I want them to be part of. I do that nice and tight, and then I'll palm roll it all together. You do need to be careful about the direction that you wrap the hair in, because it needs to be in the same direction that you're palm rolling it, or you will literally just unravel it, which I've done plenty of times. All right, I will say I've noticed that my hair started locking from the back, kind of moving slowly toward the front. They also, each lock started kind of in the middle of the shaft of the hair, worked its way downward, and then started working its way back up from the center. I follow the Locs subreddit on Reddit. From what I can tell, that seems to be pretty normal, pretty much on par with other people's experiences. It does seem like the crown of the head is just the very last part of your hair to lock up. And so I had cut my hair into bangs. My thought process is I really want to have bangs, but we'll see how that goes. However, doing the front is such a pain because they're not locked up at all. It doesn't look like I've really done anything to them. It's just like the natural loose curl. So some of them you can see here, I'm like twisting together to see if that'll help this time around, but I basically have to redo the front section every single time. And with that, we've come to the very end of the video. Thanks so much for watching if you made it this far. And I hope that you stick around for the rest of my lock journey, however long that may last. If you have any tips, I'd love to hear them. Or if you just want to say hi, please say hi. I would really appreciate it if you could comment, like, or subscribe. It really helps me a lot. Okay, that's all. Love you. Bye.